Hey everyone, welcome back to What If Kid Goku Turned Super Saiyan. This is part 5. I'll be leaving a link to the first 3 parts in the description and in the cards. To recap, Krillin's death at the hands of Tambourine made Goku so furious that he transformed into a Super Saiyan. He killed King Piccolo, who never spit out Piccolo Jr. Time passed and Raditz showed up on Earth, followed by Vegeta and Nappa. Once the two arrived, Goku offered his help in defeating Freeza, as long as the Saiyans agreed not to harm anyone on Earth. But Freeza had heard about the Super Saiyan, and was only 4 months behind the prince. Nappa and Raditz easily destroy Zarbon and Dodoria with Vegeta killing Qui, and when the Ginyu Force show up, Goku is left injured, but all of this results in a massive Zenkai boost, strong enough to completely overwhelm Freeza after he transforms into a Super Saiyan. When King Cold arrives a few years later to get revenge for the death of his son, Goku easily destroys him, making Vegeta furious, and that's where we're going to kick off this part. So, as you can tell from the title of the video, most likely, this one is going to be a little bit different from most what ifs you'll see. You'll understand when I get into it. A year has passed since Goku destroyed King Cold. He has spent his time training, both with Raditz and Gohan and alone, eventually mastering the Super Saiyan form, to the point he can stay in it at all times. Grade 4, Full Power Super Saiyan. Raditz has learned the initial Super Saiyan form, but Gohan is struggling to grasp it. He's just not able to summon his anger at will, and he's much weaker than he would have been if he'd fought Nappa and gone to Namek like in the original story. Goku is proud of his son's progress though, and assures him that he'll get the form given time. After all, he's got Uncle Raditz there to help him as well. Since the battle with Freeza, Raditz has come to terms with his emotions. It took time, but he eventually opened up to Kakarot and Gohan, not just enjoying his time on Earth, but embracing the peace of this simple family life. Before he knew it, he even had a girlfriend. Bulma is now publicly seeing Vegeta, although he tends to keep himself to himself, especially after the rage he flew off in before. Nappa and Krillin tend to hang out on the islands adjacent to the Kame house these days, and they are firm friends. They have both gotten a lot stronger since training together. Nappa has long since given up on Super Saiyan though. He's getting old and prefers to just relax, appreciating life and peace a lot more these days, thanks in part to his friendship with Krillin. Life is pretty good for them. Another half a year passes, and tragedy strikes. Goku is struck by the heart virus. Judging by the fact that it's widespread enough to have manufactured cure in the original future timeline, I'm going to say that it originated on Earth. Everyone is devastated at the loss of their friend, even Vegeta. He's not exactly a fan of Kakarot, but at least he was a good challenge, something to strive for. Vegeta feels hopeless and recluses himself more than ever. Less than a year later, Trunks is born to Bulma. Half a year or so passes before the next threat rears its ugly head. The Cyborgs are set loose upon a vastly unprepared world, whether accidentally or deliberately. Number 17 and number 18 were created to kill off Son Goku, but with him already dead, they use their powers to destroy indiscriminately. Their energy can't be sensed, but one day, when the Cyborgs attack North City, they're confronted by Vegeta, Raditz, Nappa, Krillin, Yamcha, Tenshinhan, Chaozu, and Gohan. With his dad gone, Gohan sees his Uncle Raditz as sort of a father figure. He's been the one training with him the most. It's a massacre. Vegeta charges in first and is quickly overwhelmed, even in Super Saiyan. Nappa and Raditz jump in to try and help, which only results in Nappa being easily knocked unconscious and Raditz being blasted away. Vegeta is swiftly defeated and then mercilessly killed by 18. Krillin rushes over to help his friend Nappa, while Ten and Yamcha hold off the Cyborgs, Raditz joining in when he's back on his feet. They easily blow Yamcha to pieces. Number 17 is about to kill 10 when Chaozu steps in to stop them with his telekinesis. However, this just irritates number 17, who kills him in one blast. 10 reacts to this by angrily overusing the Kikaho until it claims his life, having barely scratched the twin cyborgs. It's then that Raditz is blasted again into a nearby building, falling unconscious. Gohan manages to get his uncle away, but he's caught by number 18. Gohan puts up a bit of a fight, but is swatted away easily and assumed dead by the Cyborgs, who then blow Raditz away. Krillin has managed to hide Nappa behind some rubble and hidden himself inside a building, but thanks to Nappa's large frame he's spotted by number 18 and executed right before Krillin's eyes. After the dust settles and the cyborgs are long gone, Krillin cradles the corpse of his friend Nappa, the one he spent the last 3 years with. "They'll pay," he says, through gritted teeth. But how? He was the only one left. That's when he senses it. Gohan's key! He survived! Krillin tends to the boy, who thankfully isn't hurt too badly. Gohan sees the corpses and flies into a panic. "Where's my uncle?" Krillin looks down at his feet as Gohan cries over Raditz's body. All that training, and for what? Krillin feels as if he could do nothing to help against the cyborgs. Suddenly, Gohan screams, a loud, angry roar filled with rage and sorrow. A blinding light fills the area, and Gohan stands, tears flowing freely from his eyes, a Super Saiyan at last. But at what cost? Years pass, and Gohan and Krillin have been training Bulma and Vegeta's son, Trunks. He's made amazing progress, even reaching Super Saiyan, but it's not enough. Gohan has been struggling to stay strong, a fighter, almost turning himself into his father and his uncle. It's thanks to this that his power has stagnated, so his last hope is Trunks. Gohan is a kind but firm mentor, much like his father and his uncle Raditz. Krillin is also still around, assisting survivors and evacuating cities. This stronger Krillin has a much easier job staying under the cyborg's radar, escaping in the nick of time. One fateful day, while Gohan and Trunks were training, a city was destroyed before their eyes. The cyborgs were back, but Trunks wasn't ready. Gohan agreed to let Trunks fight, only to knock him out and leave him behind. When Trunks came to, the city was destroyed, the cyborgs were long gone, and Gohan was dead. 3 long years later, and Bulma has been putting the finishing touches on the time machine, when the radio announces that the cyborgs are attacking a nearby city. Trunks flies off in a rage, ready to destroy the cyborgs once and for all and avenge his master. But, predictably, he's swiftly defeated, barely surviving the encounter. Once his injuries have healed, a 17-year-old Trunks boards the time machine, saying goodbye to his mother and an aging Krillin, before blasting off 20 years into the past. His aim? To save Son Goku, and possibly his future. And that's where we're going to leave it for today. What do you guys think of the story so far? Will Trunks' mission be a success in this timeline? How will Nappa and Raditz's presence change things? Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments. Since I'm not monetized on here, the best way to support me right now is to listen to my music over at Valsteer and my band Without My Addiction. I'll leave all the links in the description. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you like what I do here. I do really appreciate it. Until next time.